Everyone, it's Alex Acuff here with the Acuff Weekly Group. Today I want to come to you and do something a little bit different here. We've got it on YouTube, and we are right in the middle of 2020, and we are entering July. And I am a person that I'm not very what you call salesy to most people, and I'm really bad about being the person to tell my clients and tell other agents and tell other folks exactly how what my passion is as an agent and what my passion is as a person and for my family. And so I figured I'd come to you today and just record a session about the next 6 months, of our lives. And the beginning of the year, the first 6 months, has been a lot. There's been a lot going on. There's a lot to blame. There's a lot of responsibility that needs to be taken. But today I wanted to keep it positive, because something that me and Mary Gail take very serious is our positivity with our friends and our family and our clients. And, behind the scenes of what a lot of people don't ever see from us is that we talk a lot about how can we improve the lives of our client? How can we improve the lives of the agents that we work with? How can we improve the lives of the vendors? How can we use them more? How can we give them the opportunities to really, find out what their big goal is, and how can we get them to that next level? And so today I wanted to come to you and talk to you about the next 6 months. And today I posted on Facebook a really cool quote that I'm going to pull up now because I didn't have it prepared, but it's by Hal Elrod. And the reason why is because today over the past couple days, I've been listening to Hal Elrod's podcast, and I took some notes from it, and I just wanted to kind of chime in on it and, tell you kind of my big takeaways from it, and really preach what he's saying, because I think there's a lot of truth to it and how you can make a big win over the next 6 months for yourself. So the quote is, "You are where you are because of who you were, but where you go depends entirely on who you choose to be." And so I love that quote. That it really kind of hit me deep this morning while I was running. I kind of finished up the podcast. I was like, I think it's time for me, Alex, to share to you guys exactly what I preach every day behind the scenes that you don't see, to our team and to other folks and to my wife, to my kid, who's not even 2, and she's looking at me like I'm crazy, just like my mother used to preach Jim Rohn to me when I was a little kid, and I had no clue, but I know that it affected me, and I forever thank her for it. So let's talk about it. Blame versus responsibility. This is about the past 6 months. You can look at your circumstances, and you can look at people to blame. You can look at politicians. You can look at our president. You can look at your local, your city, and your business, your bosses, and there's a lot to blame. But ultimately, what I really want you to take away is how do you take responsibility? And by that, I mean, how do you take responsibility for your actions and what you're going to do moving forward for the next 6 months? Because by the time we get to 2021, I think it's going to be really crucial for everyone to work out their responsibilities. It's just like my sister today. I talked with her. She's a school teacher, and she told me that she has to make a choice of teaching online or teaching in the classroom. And I think it's a little hard for her. And so she's taking responsibility. That's what we talked about today. It's like, how do you make a responsible decision? Do you stay home with your 3 kids, or do you, or are you taking responsibility for those kids that need you in the classroom? And where do your talents lie, and how can you take that to the next level? So it was kind of a neat conversation, because it kind of blended with today's conversation about how to make the next 6 months your best 6 months. And so there's 3 things we're going to go over. So that's clarity. Number 1 is clarity. Number 2 is encouragement. And number 3 is strategy. And so let's start with clarity. And so what does it mean to win? You have to get a clear vision. What does it mean to win in your life? What does it mean to win in your business? What does it mean to win spiritually? What does it mean to win with your family, with your wife, with your husband, with your kids? What does that big win look like? And so really asking what has to happen. So when we wake up in the morning, what happens is that we get stuck. There's always cloudy. You wake up, you're tired. You got to figure out how to wake your system up and get your body moving and creating a routine, which we will go over. But it's really about creating clarity and defining your goals, whether that's through figuring out what your why is and making it a really strong why, which I very much struggled with for a long time. And really figuring out how do you get clarity in your life and how do you take control from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. And there's a lot of things, there's a lot of truth in that. And it's a lot of similarities because I listen to a lot of podcasts and a lot of people on how to, really be effective, how to get to your goals. Because I have really, really big, lofty goals that I want to be someone's coach. I want to coach people. I love to train. I love my clients. I love my buyers and I love my sellers. But I think what I love the most personally is I love to train. I love people. I love their stories. I love talking with them. And I love helping them navigate through the fog to get clarity on what they want the most. That what is that one thing that if they did that one thing, it would make everything much easier. That's really a quote from Gary Keller's book, The One Thing, which is a fantastic book. But there's so much truth to it in every part of your life. And so getting clarity and really, really pushing your limits on yourself and making sure that you've got a mission. Your mission is your number one thing. Like I said, what is that one thing that you do today? If you did that, it makes everything either easier or unnecessary. And so that should be your mission. It's one thing to create clarity, have something that's measurable, something that's defined, goal setting. There's plenty of that stuff. You can create big goals, but of all these columns of goals in your life, what is the one thing that if you did that today, it will make this a little easier? All right. And so create a mission, and that's going to help you get clarity because it's really that number one item that you can wake up and you can say, oh, wow, if I actually did that, it'll make my life a lot easier. So for me personally, it's me waking up. I make a cup of coffee. I don't do many crazy things, but I usually, Hal Elrod teaches a lot about doing the savers, which you can look that up. But honestly, I like to choose really one or two of those items. I don't really meditate a whole lot, but I do like to read and listen. I love to exercise. I love to learn about diets. There's a lot of passion in that for me. I would never be in the dietitian world, but for me, it's about just being, I want to be as healthy as possible and live as long as possible, and I will do whatever it takes to do that. We all have bad habits and everything, but I always try to fix them. So anyways, and also breaking down your mission doesn't have to stay consistent all year long or the next 6 months. I mean, look at all the people that got furloughed or laid off from their job. Their number one mission might have been to, if I worked up here and I did so much time and I made so much money, it would make all these little things important. And it's not something to frown upon. It's not something to look down on, because if making more money for your family gives you the opportunity to give back more, to your church, or give more opportunity to other people that you bring into your business, or if it gives you the ability to supply more fun adventures and experiences for your family and your friends, then that's it. That's it. And if you were furloughed, what is it now? Let's just say you got furloughed in April and you're like, May comes around and crap, I'm not working. What do I do? What do I do? And so for me, I've always worked, but I could imagine, like, since I'm a fitness person, mine would have been that my mission, that if I did this, it'd probably set my day up a little better. And for me, that's exercising. So if I exercise a little more or stretched, or if I did something personally that just really stimulated my body, I think that would really set me off. And the goal here is that, yeah, you see your big mission for the year. It may be an income goal, who knows? But it doesn't have to be the same every month, as long as you're able to get back on track, or if it's in alignment and pushing the needle to where it needs to go. And so creating a strong mission and having a lot of clarity on where you want to go in the next 6 months. Number 2 is encouragement. And this comes in a lot of different ways. There's self-encouragement. There's telling others to encourage you. There's having reminders. For me, encouragement comes through my wife. Encouragement comes through my business partner and our operations manager. And honestly, I'm a person of action, and I tend to tell people that I want them to hold me accountable and keep me encouraged. It's just like lately I've been doing a vegan diet, and I've been on it. I'm starting my 4th week. I've lost almost nearly 10 pounds. It's crazy. No meat. I was raised as a vegetarian, which was a good jump start to it, to learn it. But being encouraged, it comes in many different realms. And this will be more of a strategy too, and a tactic, but and also for your mission. But I tell everyone, man, schedule your time, block your time out, find time for yourself. And so for me personally, I don't get a lot of personal time, and so I had to make it. So a couple months ago, I actually made a personal decision that I was going to wake up earlier, and I was going to wake up at 5:15 because 5 o'clock is just too early, and I just never commit to it. And so it's at 5:15. I don't hit it every morning, but I am more consistent at waking up at 5:15. Like, you don't have to be perfect at it, but if you work at it and you know that you're pushing the needle in the right direction, right? That's the encouragement. To me, that's the encouragement. It's the waking up, it's the coffee, and I personally just gear myself up. I take those small actions that are going to build up and really create the person that I want to be. Because like I said, big lofty goals, getting clarity on where I want to be in 6 months, making sure that I utilize that mission, telling myself, telling my team, telling my wife, writing it down. Writing it down is huge. Just having it on your phone, make a note. I talk to Siri all the time. If I hear something good, just like this podcast, I stop in the middle of my run, or if I'm running, I'll just say, hey, Siri, take a note, or hey, Siri, text Alex Acuff, which my phone is actually texting me right now. And and it works. So encouragement. Find something or someone that is close to you that's going to encourage you, whether it's an alarm or Siri. Siri's always close to everyone, so everyone seems to have an iPhone. And lastly is strategy. So strategy, I want to talk to you about. There's a lot of different ways to strategize, but for me, it's scheduling. I think as a young professional, as someone that works all the time, I have a family, I have a kid and one on the way, I have a wife, I have in-laws, I have parents, I have people that depend on me, I have clients I work with almost every hour of the day, that I have to schedule my time. And so, like I said, I wake up early personally, and I want to look at I check my calendar. I will make a Facebook post. I will do the things that people think are trivial, or they don't give you the clarity that you need. Well, I really don't care what people say, because I'm going to do the things to me that make me feel successful. Because if I can grab a quote offline that is really resonating with me, and I post it on my Facebook for others to see, I want everyone to have that feeling. And then if I want to accomplish something real quick in my business so I can be selfish about my time at 6 a.m., I'm going to do a post. I'll do an Instagram post, and I'll post it, or something to the story, or some type of price reduction in our business in real estate. And I'll make that post real quick, but then it's all about me. And so I do take a little bit of time. I'm selfish between really the hours of 6 to 7. And that is my personal time to really get myself geared up for the day, put myself in the right mental state. I want to be the leader that I am for my family and my friends and my company. And I want to make sure that I'm pushing those. So that's my strategy. And that's the strategy that I implore to you all. And I hope you really take that to heart, and you find it as a good skill. So write those 3 things down. Clarity, get clear on your goals, get clear on your mission, get encouraged. Number 2 is encouragement. Find someone to encourage you, yourself or some others, or also do it through your strategy, which is scheduling, and scheduling your time and time blocking. It's just so important to take a little bit of time to work on yourself instead of working on everyone else all day, every day. We all spend plenty of hours doing that. People can wait an hour for you to work on yourself. So, all right, that's all I've got today. If you have any more pieces of clarity, encouragement, or strategy, I want you to post them in the comments because I want others to read what others are doing. You don't take everything from everyone, but I think you can learn a little bit here and there. The other big strategy for me is podcasts, and I've been doing it for 7 years. So just don't really listen to music, listen to nothing but podcasts. And I want you guys to feel free, like you can reach out to me. If you want to talk with me personally about this, I want you to text me. And you can just, I don't know, strategy 6 months. You can text me on my personal cell phone. It's 706-527-7048. I'd like to offer any type of encouragement or strategy, or if I can just help you figure out where you want to go in the next 6 months. If you have questions, if you're changing jobs, I'd love to hear about it. You guys are the people that we care about. And I think it's about time that I actually took my own personal actions and these words that I encourage everyone else, and I want to share them with the world. So I want to share them with you guys. Please let me know what you think of the video. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever you can do. Leave us a 5-star review on Google. Just Google Acuff Weekly Group. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you're not seeing this on the weekend, it's actually 4th of July weekend. Have a safe 4th, a nice socially distanced 4th. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your 16 minutes of patience, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, and goodbye.